here. Today's topic, how to get your aging parents to open up. But first things first, hit that subscribe button on YouTube, hit a comment, hit the share button, and tag my name in there. Share it into your social media and share it so people can hear what I have to say because they like you and me have aging parents and you're going to want to hear these things. Because today we're talking about how to get your parents to open up. And guess what my favorite thing is? Hi, my name is Cindy. And guess what my favorite thing is? If you watch for a while, you know my favorite thing is stories. And I even got my kid into stories now. She's like, Mom, tell people the story about this. Mom, tell me the story again about this. She loves stories. And guess what? I suspect you love stories too because stories are how we used to share our history. Like it literally was verbal stories passed down from generation to generation was how you got history. So you want to get your parents to open up. Let's find out a little about their history. And you can start out with easy ones. Ask them about like their favorite memory when they were a child. And then you can automatically flip it over to what was your worst memory of a child, and you can notice which story came out faster. Then you can go on to a story of something when they were a teenager. Hey, what was something fun you did as a teenager? Hey, did you ever get into trouble as a teenager? Then you can go on to young adults. What did you do when you were a young adult? And find out more about if they went to learn a trade or if they went off to college. And then you could be like, oh, tell me a story about how you met mom or how you met dad. And then tell me a story about what it was like being married in the early years. Or tell me about what your first year like was when you had a kid. I guarantee you all of those little questions will get them started talking. Or if you see they have a hard time started talking about that, you're like, oh, this is a sensitive place. We need to dig it deeper a little bit into this. Like I have stories of my mom and dad. Like, how'd you meet my mom and dad? It was my mom and my aunt out cruising. Anybody remember cruising? Raise your hand if you remember cruising. Up and down the street. You literally just went down to the end of one street and back the other. And then she ran into my dad and his friend. So she was out with my aunt's, which was her friend, which is funny because she didn't even meet my dad necessarily through his sister. It was like they met in a different place. So it was really fun story to hear. And I like hearing stories about my dad growing up. Like my dad was number 12 out of 13 kids. And when he went off to kindergarten, his little sister went out back and set fire to the shack because she was mad that he was off at school and she was home alone. Those are fun stories. I guarantee you, if my family has stories and stories after things, your family has stories too. And it's a great way to get people to open up because people love to reminisce. As I get older, I reminisce more and more and more. I love to tell different stories about things. So, your challenge today is go ask your parent a question. Get on the phone and call them or go over there and visit them and be like, we're going to have some snack and a drink and we're going to talk about some fun things. So I have a moms in the middle group where we are all navigating our life between young children and aging adults. And that could be a struggle. And it can also be fun. So I made a community of people that get to do life together. And you're going to want to jump into this life because you don't know what's coming ahead. I know what comes ahead for you all. And you're going to want a community of people that are already there to bounce ideas off and cry with and do all the things that you're like, oh my gosh, my parent got old overnight. I don't know what to do. And that's how fast it happens. One day your parents are like this, and literally the next moment they got super old. And I don't know how that happens, but it happens to all of us. So join my Moms in the Middle group. The link is in the description of this video. Remember, I love you all, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.